Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, we give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahushai, Ba'ashim, Kakadash. Yahweh is sweetly called God of Jehovah. Yahweh means he is this. Yahushai is sweetly called Jesus Christ. Yahushai means he saves to deliver. And double honors to the apostles and Ezra, Millstone, and salutation to all our kids, and especially the truth. Uncut around, waking lectures, third from Australia. This brother coming out from GMS Mount Camp. In that lesson, wanted to go in Jeremiah 50 and 33, dealing questions to Amalek, the word oppression, where it says Judah and Ephraim, Shalakia shall be oppressed together. Because when you look at Amalek, all right, the head tribe of Esau, 1948ers, all right, you're not oppressed here. And on top of it, where it's Northern tribe, it says you shall be oppressed together. All right, here in America, all right, Amalek is not being pressed. All right, Amalek is really the government take care of Amalek. All right, dealing with even with EBT. All right, they get the most money. They have programs where they can just get a 501c3 and then just put it as a church or a house. You know, their house as a church or whatever gathering, and then they don't have to pay as much. So the game, proving that they're Edomites. All right, the web on the dollar bill, they never get caught in the web. They know how to maneuver the web, showing you that they're the spiders. They're spiders to the web, to the system. All right, because there's no way. All right, even their ambulance, Hasmalah, I think it's called. All right, that's not even lawful. All right, with the government, but they're able to put on the sirens and move as their officers or fire rescues. All right, just something small and something like that. All right, you're not
Strong's
oppressed. So let's go into that word.
6231. Ashak.
Ashak. All right, to press upon. So they're not being pressed upon. Thank you. Now I got them. Oppress, violate. All right, defraud, to violent, do violence, get deceitfully wrong, extort. All right, that's the definition of it. To oppress, wrong, extort, to oppress, to be exploited, to be crushed. Oppress, act towards, or treat anyone unjustly or violently. See, Amalek is not being treated anyone unjustly or violently. They needy, helpless. They're not helpless. All right. Let me see the entire thing. Vanquish a man oppressed with life blood. No, that was our blood that was shed. All right, in this land, which he has shed, bowed down under a guilt as burden, to defraud anyone, to extort from him by fraud or violence. And that's what happened to the so-called Negroes, Latino, and Americans. All right. The lineage go back to Abraham, all right, who extort wages of hireling, working for 400 years, all right, free, are found together and wrest away his house. Press a man and wrest away his house. That's one of the curses. You shall build another man's house and not live in it. Stop, man. Act both with fraud and violence compare, and that's it. We've been defraud as in our heritage, someone saying that they're us and they're not. And violence. As in scriptures say, who have not took up her spoil. violently, forcibly, to be proud, insolent. See? So none of these definitions describe Amalek. All right. So let's go to Jeremiah 15:33. And this said, Yahweh of hosts, the children of Yasharallah, Israel, and the children of Judah, none tribe and southern tribe, were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. So Amalek is not in captivity. All right, now, all right, the 1948ers. All right, they're not in captivity, and not refuse to let them go. All right, they could so-called go into the land of Israeli, we will say that. All right, the land of Israel, because no one is holding them captive. All right, the red Israelites, the so-called Negro, Latino Americans, you're being held as captives to this day. And another question, where is Israel? Where is none tribe? They say they should be oppressed together in Babylon, not only Judah. And Babylon the Great, that is speaking of, Babylon the Great is America. You know, so Amalek, you don't fit these curses. You don't fit this precept, all right? This prophecy, all right? You living it up, all right? When you here in South Florida and South Miami, all right, from Florida and South, all right, Amalek, all right, you know, there's division amongst Amalek, you know, and separation amongst Amalek, all right, where some of them got more money than others, all right, and it might be the ones that got way more money might be Amalek and a few speckled birds that are Israelites amongst them, but even in the poor were the ones that live around Jake. All right, so most of them could be Jake, because it don't matter if you think you Amalek. If you Jake, you're under curses, you know. But yeah, today I was walking, my dog still walking, and it just came to my mind. I just seen walking by, and I just looked at the house. I'm like, this got to be the spirit of Amalek. Amalek is here, and they did. And by the beach, they got, you know, they living good. All right, showing you that they're Edomites because the scripture said they're not troubled like any other man. All right, you're not being oppressed, violently extorted. All right, none of that. You know, you living good. You know what I'm saying? You try to force violence to be upon you so you can fit the narrative, but it still go against the spiritual aspect, or that this man living deliciously. He's not troubled like all men, as the scriptures say. You know, I just wanted to make a little quick lesson on that. You know, questions to Amalek, the word oppress in Jeremiah 50 and 33. And we went into the definition, and that doesn't fit none of you. None of them definition fits you. Stop. Okay? So I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem Al-Shai, by Hashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles at Elder Great Millstone, and salutation to all the occupants pushing the